Hey Just Fam, it's your girl Mwii and I am back with another video for you guys. From the title below, this is a very sensitive and difficult topic, so I would appreciate if, we acknowledge that and respect that. And if you have your opinions and your views and your advice or whatever, bear that in mind, that you have to come to me in come to me correct. Don't just that's all. Just fine. Disclaimer. So if you're new to the Just Fam, hey, I am Mwii. If this video is gonna help you, keep going. If you want to see a more light-hearted Mwii and a less heavy topic, go to my channel and go through all my other videos. But let's get into this. So this past summer, I went through this time, still going through this moment of sadness and somewhat depression. I say depression because I don't want to self-diagnose myself as depressed, because I know I'm not, but I have the potential to. That's what I'll say. So it all started after I was in this really hard statistics class. And well, it's not a hard okay. Me and math aren't the greatest of friends. Like, I'm not a math person, and math triggers my anxiety. So I now know this now, because just mentioning that course and talking about what I'm experiencing, I'm really feeling some kind of way. But I'm still gonna pull through with the video. So I took this statistics 2350 class, and it's a required class for me to take for my degree. And yeah, I was taking the class and I was pretty confident, like, you know what, I'm gonna take the class. Like, I was so confident. And then our second midterm, we're writing it, and it was a heck of long midterm. It was a heck of difficult midterm, and there just wasn't enough time for all those questions. And my prof knew this, and he did say it would take time. And he's like, not a lot of people finish. If you finish, then I guess you get a bonus. But he didn't expect people to finish the test, which I don't understand, but okay. And he's like, I'll curve the grades up. And with what I had written and how much I had gone through, and I knew that what I was looking at was not going to do much. And the first test wasn't that great, and and after writing that test, I knew, I'm like, this class I am going to fail. And honestly, for me, it was just the wrong professor for me. He's not a bad prof. He's a very good professor. He knows his stuff. He's a good professor. But his teaching methods and my learning methods clash. And there are 6 other professors who teach that class. So that was that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to drop the class. I can't. I left. Like, literally, when he said time's up, my eyes started swelling, and I had this big lump in my throat, and my eyes started swelling, and I just was like, I'm gonna fail. And statistics isn't a class that you're supposed to fail. Like, you legit need to have a minimum of B to actually, for it to be considered a pass, so I'm just like, even a C won't, and I knew I wouldn't even get a C. I probably, like, I was in the D range, you know. My first test was horrible. My first test was a 54%, and I put in my best, you guys, but I still got a 54. So that happened. So I dropped the course, and you know, I just went on with the rest of my day. And then later on, and like that week I had midterms back to back to back, and I was taking 5 courses at the time, and it was crazy trying to study for 5 bulky courses. So a couple of weeks after that, my prof messages me about how she needs to talk to me. This is for another class, needs to talk to me and all that stuff. And then it came to my attention that, well, she let me know, she's like, oh, your paper, I just noticed that I don't think you referenced properly, and because of that, this is basically plagiarism. But I know, like, you obviously, like, it wasn't intended and everything, but there's a procedure for all that, blah, 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 blah. And she was just following what she had to do, and she had to give me a 0 on that grade. My midterm wasn't so great either, like, my midterm wasn't so great either, and she's like, without this grade, I'm basically not gonna do so good, like, even if I, you know, and there's no time for a makeup, and like a makeup test or a makeup assignment I could do. So she's just like, you know what, best advice is just drop the course. And so I had to drop the course. It wasn't even like I chose, like, I actually liked the class, which actually upset me, but I had to drop the course. So I was down from 5 courses to 3 courses. Now, bear in mind, when you drop courses, it means you need to take those courses back up again. And at the time, I didn't really think about it, but like, after the fact that it happened, like, hindsight, I was like, crap, I've messed up my whole degree, you know? Like, now, all the courses that I've, and like, I didn't know, but like, once I dropped that statistics course, all my previous courses were dropped. So, cool. So then I'm like, okay, plan B, I'll take summer courses, which already was the plan to begin with, and I signed up for those courses, and I fixed everything. So that was that. April came, I moved out, I came to my apartment, and all was Gucci. So then around a certain time in the month, like, I talked to my dad, like, money talk and all that stuff, because he's my sponsor right now. So I was talking to my dad about fees and all that stuff, and rent and everything, and yeah, basically I couldn't take summer courses because money-wise, it just wasn't possible. So I'm like, okay, cool. Whoa, okay, what am I gonna do? Because I didn't plan on working. I didn't plan on working this summer. I planned on going to school and finishing my degree. You know, that was my plan. And then, you know, just being hit with an obstacle, like, oh, you can't actually do what you're planning to do, what you had planned to do. So then I'm like, okay, this is another L that life is giving me. Cool. So that was that. I took that L. At first I hated it. I was so mad. Like, I was so upset. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why can't I take class? Like, I thought we've talked about this. Like, I just felt so horrible. I felt so broken down. I felt so broken because I'm like, why am I not reaching my dreams, you know? And I'm like, this just slows down my whole time process and whatever, but okay, cool. So that happened. And yeah, I got upset about it, but one mistake I realized is I didn't let myself grieve that moment. Because I'm a griever. I'm a person, if I'm sad, let me be sad so that I overcome that emotion and move on, you know? That's just how I personally cope, and I didn't let myself cope with that situation. I just pushed it off because that's how passionate it was that I didn't want to deal with it at the time. So that happened. Okay, cool. Then let the summer begin. Come May, and everyone's going back to school. People are working, and I'm just here. So I'm like, okay, let me go and apply at places. So I was applying online, because I felt when I hand out my resume, they don't even look at it. I feel like they just trash it. Honestly, that's my opinion. They literally just throw immediately I walk out, or whenever they're like, oh, hand it over, let me give it to my manager, they throw it in the trash, because I don't know, because I've never gotten a call back from handing out my resume. So anyway, that was happening. And then I find Stitches. Stitches is like, oh, we're opening a store in Barrington, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, cool, let me go for that. So I applied for that. They gave me a call back. I applied online. They gave me a call back. I was so shocked, because even online, like literally all the applications I filed out, and I just never got a call back. So Stitches finally called me back. This is, I remember literally the first week of May, and actually they called me on the 30th of April, and then they were like, come in on the 1st of May. Like, I'm gonna be there. So I did that. I was ready. I got there on time. The interview went great. The girl who was interviewing me said she loved me, that she actually wanted me in her store, and if I minded. They asked me when I could start. I'm like, ASAP. Like, I don't even mind if I start working here and then you send me that side type. So in my mind, that was Gucci. She's like, they'll call me by the end of the week. In my mind, I had the Stitches job. And looking back now, I think I kind of jinxed myself, because as soon as that confirmed, it wasn't even confirmed yet. Like, they just gave me an idea. You know, I fell in love with the idea. That's one thing. I fell in love with the idea. And two, I told everybody. Like, I think I'm starting to believe that when you tell people your ideas, they fail. That when you don't, it, like, you know. And man, I just never got that second call, you know. Never got that second call. It was around the time of my friend's graduation. I did told everyone, and then everyone was asking me, you know, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know when the store is opening, blah, 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 because low-key, I just didn't know if I was even hired or not, you know, because I never got the call back. In fact, in my mind, I thought I was hired, because she told me she would call me, you know, and the fact that she was like, oh, she'd rather want me in her store. So, that's that. And going for my friend's graduation, and then we're driving past, and guess what? Stitches is well open, you know, open, people are shopping, and I'm like, something, well, I guess I'm just, you know, not in the schedule yet and whatever, until later on I realized, I'm like, you're not this job has not been given to you. So then after that is when I started having my episodes. So it would just be days where I just go in a space of self-doubt, envy, because it seemed like everyone was literally having the summer of their lives, you know. We have people, my friends who are going back home for the summer. I couldn't go back for the summer. My friends who are here who are going to school, I couldn't go to school. My friends who are here who are working, and for some reason your girl can't get a job, you know. And my boyfriend wouldn't understand, and he would get frustrated, because he's like, there's no way, like, why is it that you can't get a job, you know, like, there's no way you can't get a job. So where the both of us went out, and he was with me, and we're handing out resumes together, and what would low-key upset me is that I have a friend, and like, I guess my resume isn't the greatest, but even still, I just don't understand. Like, my friend had literally no work experience whatsoever, and we applied for the same job, and then she got it, you know? And it's like, looking back at it now, you know, I guess it's just God's plan and God's timing, and when God wants you to work, and, you know, like, when it's right, you know. So yeah, but like, that would still, when I was experiencing my episodes, that wouldn't even matter. Like, it would hurt me, you know. I'm just like, people are getting jobs, people can do stuff, you know. And then it also sucked because the fact that everyone is busy and I'm not, I have all the free time in the world, and I have no one to have fun with because everyone is either at school, work, or at home. And it literally just sitting in these four walls, I'll cry. Like, I have cried so much this year, let alone this summer. This 2017 has been a emotional roller coaster for me. Like, emotional. Like, you guys, honestly, I can't even lie. There were moments in where I was like, what's the point? You know, like, what's the point? I didn't actually make attempts for that, but I was just like, what's the point? You know, like, I was just like, what's the point? I started questioning myself. I started questioning my faith. Like, I questioned everything. And I know I won't even address that argument. But yeah, if you know, you know. But I won't address that argument. But just all these feelings, and considering the type of personality I have, the type of person I am, it was just, I was a completely different Wheeler. I was even shocked. Like, who is this girl? Like, who is this girl who's just crying? Who is this girl who thinks her YouTube videos are whack? Who is this girl who's contemplating on just deading off her social media personality completely? I actually wanted to do that because I just felt social media was destroying me. And sometimes I still argue with that thought, you know, but I do want to make a career out of social media. So that's holding me back too. So I'm just getting in this space of figuring out like what I have to do, and you know, but yeah, that's just me, you know, that's going on. And now I have new challenges and battles to go through. One up is that I start work, and I'm so happy for that. I'm so grateful. I'm going to hold on and do everything I can as much as possible to hold on to this job. I do not want to lose it. I cannot afford to lose it. I need it. So yeah, what do you guys think about what I am going through? I say what I'm going through because I'm not even like jinxing myself, but I know there'll be something else to trigger it, you know, and I just need to figure out how to cope with it, because it's now just a part of me, because I've been doing it for 3 consecutive months, like 3 to 4 consecutive months, like going through this. So it's now a habit, not a habit. I don't want to call it a habit. I don't even know what to call it, but it's now somewhat a part of me until I figure out what my brain is trying to tell me and communicate to me, you know, like, because it's definitely a coping mechanism, like definitely a coping mechanism. There's something that I need to tackle. So yeah, I just felt like filming this video so that you guys can get a bit more personal on me. And yeah, comment down below your experiences, if you've been through this, advice, whatever, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.